Hi, my tubies. It's Sheila True Love. And I am laying here. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I have insomnia. And I am looking at this movie called Failure to Launch with, what is the woman that plays in Sex and the City? Sarah Parker? Sarah Parker? Yeah, and I'm sitting up here as I look at this movie, Failure to Launch. And it's showing how there's this grown man living in his parents' house. He's 35 years old, and he's not even trying to leave home. So as I'm looking at this movie, I'm thinking to myself, what's the difference of living with your mother and living with a wife? Because if you are a good wife, you are going to cook for your husband. You're going to maintain a clean home. You're going to clean the house. And you're going to be doing the laundry. And hopefully, you go to work every day, so you're contributing towards the household finance. Now, you have a husband, but yet you're doing the same things for your husband that his mother would do for him. He goes to work. He contributes towards the bills in the house. And 9 times out of 10, most of these husbands are cheating on their wives, so-called wives. Anyway, these so-called wives are not their wives. They're nothing but their mother. They're the mother when you think about it. Now, let's say like my son, he left home at 33. Now, the Bible says a man will leave his mother and father to stick to his wife. If a man is not married or not interested in marriage, why should he leave home? Let's just say he does get a wife. It's the same thing. You're just getting a mother. It's just a mother. So the only reason why people are so prone to leaving home when they get a certain age is because of society. Society is pushing this nonsense. Because when in actuality, it's the same thing when you get a wife as getting a mother. It's the same thing. Only difference is he'll stop treating you like a mother when he's giving you some crumbs of penis every now and again. And most of the time, you ask most women, do all men cheat? Most of these men do nothing but cheat. His side piece, now that's his woman. You, his supposed wife, you're his mother. Because I know when my son was living with me, he would go to work every day. He would pay bills in this house. He would clean his own room. He would do his own laundry. I did the cooking and the cleaning. Sometimes he would do cooking because he enjoyed cooking too. And I'm still sitting here trying to figure out, society, it seems like it's just trying to push people into misery. Because most of these marriages today, it's nothing but misery. And it's like misery loves company. And I look at divorce court on a regular basis. And I have a question to ask women. It's supposedly wives, aka mothers. If your husband, supposed husband, child, was to lose his job today or tomorrow, let's just say your husband lost his job, would you throw him out? Or would you take care of the bills and do the financial heavy lifting and take care of him the same way a mother would take care of her child? You wouldn't just throw your husband out. And when you look at divorce court, you have men who haven't worked for years. I'm talking years, honey, years. And these women haven't thrown these men out. So what's the difference in terms of a grown man living at home with his parents? I don't see nothing wrong. A grown woman living at home with her parents. If you want my viewpoint, that's smart. They're going to contribute towards the bills in the household because, they have to learn responsibility. But they still get to save a lot more money. They get to go on vacation as often as they like. They're also helping out their parents, taking care of their own family, their own flesh and blood. Just like a husband, he's going to be sitting up here taking care of some wife. But 9 times out of 10, The wives are working and paying half the bills in the house anyway. Just like if a son or a daughter was at home, she's helping to pay the bills in the house anyway. And if you're a halfway decent wife, you're supposed to be cooking and cleaning and doing the laundry. Same thing a grown man's mother would be doing for him. Same thing. So I wish people could help me understand what's the difference. Check out the movie, like I said, what is the name of this movie again? Failure to Launch, with Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew McConaughey, whatever his name is. Yeah. And I'm still sitting up here baffled. And what annoys me about that is how society is sitting up here promoting leave your parents' house. No, the Bible says anytime people leave the house is to join with their mate on the outside. You have a lot of people who are single by choice. They don't want to get married. And what about people who travel a lot? They travel a great deal. They're hardly ever home. Why should they pay a full rent when they travel a great deal? And they're hardly ever home. That's just, it don't make no sense. That's why you can't be listening to what society say, because once upon a time, remember, back in history, society said slavery. That was the way to go. That was the right thing to do. You have to tell society sometime to kiss your derriere. If my mother was alive today, trust me when I tell you, I would still be at home with my mom. I would pay half of the bills in the house, helping out my mother. I would travel so much more. I would have a bank account. I would have so much money saved, it's enough to choke a cow. Man, please. Like I said, I just have to... I remember I had this discussion with my girlfriend. She's like, oh, well, it's different. How is it different? How is it different? He's got a wife who's cooking and cleaning and doing his laundry. He loses his job. She's paying the bills. She's taking care of him like as if he was her son. And a lot of people, my tubies, I would highly recommend that you check out Divorce Court. You can see it on YouTube. Look at all of these different cases of divorce court. Most of these men are not working. Most of these men are not working. Anyway.
I've been on a sailboat before.
Hey, I'd be fine.
Let me see.
I never set foot on solid ground again.
You know, I bet I'd really love it if we ever left the dock.
Yeah. To actually take you out on the water on the first day would be very forward.
Let me see.
Well, so
Let me
far, I
rewind
must say
again.
I'm very...
Hallelujah.
Well, you know, you'd be amazed at how many adult children are still living at home.
That's
Now,
right.
It's my opinion that the root cause...
That's right. Like she said, you'll be surprised at how many adult children are still living at home. If you want my view, I think those adult children living at home, they are wise, very wise. I think a man, if he's not married, he's smart to stay at home. And when he goes out dating and he finally, and I mean finally, meets someone who he feels is marriage material, then he should start looking for his own place. He probably have saved enough money where he could put a down payment on a nice house. Or nice, if you don't want no house because you don't want all the responsibility, all the cutting the hedges and all that, he could put money down on a nice condominium. That's smart. The Bible says in Proverbs all the time, be wise, my child. Be wise. Make my heart rejoice. People need to learn how to forget about what society say. Stay at home with your parents as long as you can. As long as your parents are willing to have you, you should stay at home. Especially if you're trying to live a Christian lifestyle. Because when you move into your own place, the loneliness is no joke. coming home to an empty house when you don't have to, that makes no sense. And then you have some men, they're going out here rushing and getting these females just so they don't have to come home to an empty house. And the women are schizophrenic, bipolar, ADHD, promiscuous whores, when they would have been better off just staying at home with your parents until you found yourself a nice, decent Christian woman. And then you move out and prepare a home for your wife to move into. That makes sense. And then when he gets this wife, all she's going to do is do the same things that his mother was doing for him. The only difference is the sex part. And we all know after the honeymoon phase is over and the relationship is no longer new and the newness wears off, the sex is not going to be as often as it used to be. It's going to be drip, 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 drip. So it's the same thing all over again as living with his mother. Or like they say, you know, a lot of these wives is nothing but modern day slavery. Modern day slavery, or you're living with your mom. She's sitting up here doing all of this free work, cooking and cleaning and all this laundry, and she's not getting even paid what a maid would get paid. A maid would get paid at least $514 a week. These women are doing all this work and working outside the home, and they're not getting paid nothing for doing all of this housework, all of this cooking and cleaning and serving and all of this. Modern day slavery. And we all know, I'm going to reiterate this and I have to repeat it again, most of these dudes out here today do nothing but cheat, 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 cheat. They have one or two side pieces. That's who their wives are. That's their women. That's their woman. The so-called wife, you're nothing but his mama, honey. Face it. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love, truly loving you. And I was just, like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:08 now. And this just, I had to speak on this because it don't make no sense how people keep letting society just screw your life up. Trying to make everybody, force everybody to want to be married or be into these relationships. That's misery. Like I said, I am single and I am satisfied. Why? Because I'm successful. My definition of success is when you have achieved peace. When you have peace in your home and peace in your life, you are successful. Please don't let society make an ass out of you. Please don't. This is Sheila True Love, truly loving you. Until next time, bye for now.